Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're actually playing the Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition, Ultra Deluxe. Sorry. No, I have not played the Stanley Parable before. So I've watched people play some, so I've seen a lot of it, but hopefully not all of it. I'm hoping that, I wanted to play this for myself as well. Enter the correct time. The correct time is currently 15:12. So that is 15. So that's 3. I expect that. So as soon as it turns to 13, I'm pressing confirm. The thing is, it could have literally just changed to 12 for I know. Yeah. Accessible settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. You are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Before you can hear people. Subtitles are on. Subtitle size medium. Let's just get into it. Begin the game. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
This is the story of a
Man named Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons.
Sounds exciting.
Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long
Makes you wonder what the purpose of that is.
and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every
You notice how there's loads of writing on the screen now,
although
but when it
others
zooms in
might have
earlier,
considered it soul-wrecking,
it was like
Stanley
one line and
relished
loads of
every
dots.
moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Was he happy though? Was he
And then
really?
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one
Sorry about that.
single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Right, so the first time round, I'm actually going to do what he says. No, the first time round, I'm not. Well,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I know there's something about monitors.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I know that the computer monitors are... Oh, there we are. I think it's just that kind of monitor I'm supposed to turn off, actually, but I don't know. And there's no how to crouch. I don't know why you would
When
need to
Stanley
crouch.
came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I don't think I did.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
But I
Perhaps
chose
he
not
wanted to
to.
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the
Look how I'm
detour
typing
after
my
all,
keyboard.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
You can't jump. I wasn't trying to jump. I was just clicking.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Again? No, I did not. Wait, did I? No, I didn't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Kind of have to. I mean, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. I have to do it, ladies and gentlemen.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah, I'm Superman. Who can die, apparently.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh. I didn't know about that one. That's different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business,
So
Stanley took the first
so
open door on
apparently
his left.
Jacksepticeye managed to get this narrator to do like a little narration for the beginning of his
Stanley
video.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story...
I missed.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I have to
Good
wait a little bit
job,
longer this
Stanley.
time.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
See, every time I'm going to do that, it looks like there's another 3.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime,
Yeah, it's amazing.
a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not
I love
your
how there's a
enemy,
thing
really,
that
I'm
takes to
not.
the outside world
I
right there.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really?
There we are.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yep.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yep.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you.
No, you don't.
To show you something
No buckets
beautiful.
beyond this point.
Look,
We'll
let
pass
me
this
prove
point.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
All right, how about
Now
that?
listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope, he didn't. I'm going for the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nope. Stanley walked through the blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Nah.
Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go
Eh.
ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
What the hell?
You see? There's nothing here.
The hell's
Haven't even
this?
finished building this
Don't think I've
section
seen
of the
this.
map
Or if I
because
have, I
you
don't
were never
remember it.
supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Mhm.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yep.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that?
Nope.
Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
In the
Because
end,
this
it
is what
doesn't
you
even
wanted to see.
matter.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Why not?
Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I've just met the guy and I've already annoyed him.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
All right, how then?
There we go.
Hey, a
The
third
third
door.
option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
What? Wait, what? Didn't have a
Okay,
choice?
I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
You know what? I do remember this now, actually, but I saw them. I've only seen one person go for this, and I think it was Minimint, and he went for a low number, so I'm going to give it a 5.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
You have a soul?
You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
I don't have a
And to
playthrough.
be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, Jesus. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. In total, 91,709 doors opened and doors attempted, steps taken, endings achieved. This is you. I have not played for 7 hours. Huh. Friends list empty. It's not wrong. I don't have any friends who play this, to my knowledge.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel
I'm going for 5
motivated to
each
keep
time.
walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Come on.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game,
What the hell?
baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail.
All right, I'll try
it's
and win.
It's a very meaningful game.
I'm going to try
All
and win.
about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's
Screw that.
effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh my god, this is so annoying. Screw it, I'm gonna let the baby die. Don't look.
You heartless bastard.
Yeah.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Neither. I just it
Because
was
if it's
so
the latter,
annoying.
well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
Not make me play
I'm
that
not
for
even
4
going to
hours.
try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
All right, see
It's
ya.
over.
Oh,
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Fortnite, Minecraft.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
PUBG. Just naming games at this point. Subnautica. Lego Star Wars.
Aha!
Closer to Far Cry than
Fascinating.
anything else.
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? But it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture
Time
into the
stopped.
experience of total
not even the
mental
right time.
depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what
Looks
else
like an
is
open
out
world
there.
game. Didn't think they would let us play an open world game.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
I think he's realising it's an open world game.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Hey! No!
Oh.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That
The
big
unknown.
open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
You shall not pass.
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
We're actually still in the
Okay,
woods.
I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
It's always things like Rocket League and
I
stuff.
think this will be just the thing.
Okay, I didn't actually expect it to be Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
I just figured
a
Rocket
nice
League's an
big
arena.
box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Yeah, I don't know how to get lost. You know when someone says get lost, I don't think it means literally in this case.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must.
But I don't
Okay,
have a
Stanley,
car.
here's the ball. Have fun.
Hey. I can't jump. I forgot you can't jump. I'm getting faster.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Not really on board.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
Bet it does.
I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Oh my god, stop
More
bouncing
balls.
backwards. Oh my god.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
Wait, what?
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end.
Oh.
This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides,
Screw
you
you
need
then.
someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I
If
don't
balls
think
can go
you'll
down there,
enjoy
can
it
I?
as much, but who knows?
I'll
You're
wait
an
and see what he
inventive
says
kid.
first
You'll
before,
come up
just in
with
case.
something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
See you, narrator. Oh, so that's it.
Hold on. What are you doing?
A loophole. It was the only thing I could think of, to be honest. Wait, what the hell is this?
I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it.
I'll figure it out.
Stanley, come back.
Not gonna lie, I literally have no idea where I'm going. Oh, I fell. The hell's this place? Can't go in there. So where's the light coming from when there's light? There's no lights anywhere giving off any light, so... Oh, there's some light. Some computer screens. The hell is this? The hell?
I wonder what he found.
Oh.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now.
The underworld.
I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Do I now?
Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the
All because I
confusion.
picked
That's
the wrong
who I
door.
am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
When the time
end
loop
will be here
resets.
soon. Very soon.
That's creepy.
I can wait.
Yeah, that's even more creepy. Jesus Christ. Okay, you're gonna restart? There we are. Ah, we're back in the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I should have checked my computer. I didn't even think about it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
I'm gonna
wanted to
go all
stop
the
by
directions in
employee
one,
lounge
like
first,
each,
just
so that I
to
don't get
admire
confused
it.
about what I've done, what I haven't done.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
So I'm going
open
straight
door
ahead
on his
again.
left.
I've dropped, I've gone right, but I'm gonna go right again because
Stanley was so bad at following directions. It's
well,
incredible
this
he
time
wasn't
I'll go
5
for the red
years
door.
ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize
And then the next
investing
time
your
I'll go
trust
straight
in
ahead.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Again,
Are you
yeah.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
I know that it makes no
Give me
difference
a
if I go for the
chance.
red door or the blue.
Now
If I
listen
go for the blue
carefully,
door
this is
twice, then the red
important.
door. If I just go for the
Stanley
red door now,
walked through the red door.
so I'll just go for the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The
Wait,
two
what?
of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't
hell's
here.
happening?
Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
I might not know what the outcome
Don't you
is for
see that
different
it's
things, but I know
killing
little
us,
bits
Stanley?
about the whole game.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for?
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh,
pretty.
it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
I don't.
I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going? Right. Where were we?
Ah, doesn't tease him.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay
Are we
here.
committing suicide?
Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing. No!
Oh, I lived.
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back
I'm gonna
to
go
the
back to the other room
room?
every time that I drop. I don't know how many times that is. It could be that I could be dead the next
There.
time.
See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving. Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Nothing at all.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Surely third time's a charm.
No.
Or devil in
perhaps
this
not.
case. Kind of teasing him. I've seen 3 playthroughs of this game, and not once have I seen anyone go
My
backwards and
God.
forwards every time.
Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over
To be honest, I think
you were literally willing to kill yourself.
pretty
to
much
keep
every
me from being
everything
happy.
in this game I've
Am I
seen.
reading the situation correctly?
So I do. It takes us a minute to remember some things, but I do. I think I have seen the whole game basically.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I'm just teasing you, honestly. Oh my God, that's bright.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
I think this is like a 2-hour playthrough when you already played the game itself, which I haven't. But when you I think this is about a 2-hour playthrough when you're doing the extra content, like when you do the extra content for the deluxe edition instead of just the normal game. But I haven't played the game itself yet, so I intend to play the normal game first. Oh, they
Is
were
it
dead.
over?
Yeah, it's
It's
over.
going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
That's a depressed narrator, I mean.
Someone was following Stanley. He
Wait.
was sure of it.
Wait, what?
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Is it Weeping Angel? I wonder if anyone actually is following me. Wait, so where's the next thing?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Might
it.
Google it later if nothing happens
Stanley
with that.
felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room?
Sounds like love,
A
honestly.
connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Oh yeah.
I mean, truly.
No, we're not going down that
But
road.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he didn't. He took the first open door in the front of him.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Is there?
Someone you've forgotten about.
Who?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for...
Wait, am I married?
This is it, Stanley.
I forgot about this.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
I'm not
to
picking up the
reach
phone.
out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
This is something that I've seen in a few... No one's actually done this, but I've been thinking, can you do this?
As Stanley
You can
picked up
unplug the phone? I didn't
white
actually
light
expect it to be...
engulfed him, filling him not just with
I didn't think you
radiance, but
could.
with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug
That light
the
needs fixed.
phone?
Yeah, I did.
No, that wasn't supposed to
Didn't
be a
think- I
choice.
didn't
How
actually
did
think
you
I
do
could,
that?
but-
You actually chose incorrectly.
I don't know if it's a UK plug,
I
but it's
didn't
not
even
got
know
any
that was
switch.
possible. Let me double check.
That's a UK plug.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible?
Because I made
None
it
of these
possible.
decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand.
You ever heard of the
How on
multiverse
earth are you
theory?
making meaningful
Anything that is
choices?
possible is
What
and
did
it
you...
does happen.
Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yep.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices.
Yep.
And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making.
Yep.
Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
No,
Well,
I
won't
knew
have
what I
that
was
kind of
doing.
risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate
Wait,
you
what?
properly.
I didn't
on
play this game for
decision-making
education.
in the real world. Please observe this helpful instruction.
This is unknown, by the way. I haven't seen this yet. This part I haven't
Choice.
seen.
It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real
If you're
person
forced to
named
make
Rupert has
one
a
specific
choice.
choice, it's not a
He could
choice.
invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic.
What the
If
hell?
you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
That's me.
Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
The hell's that? Oh my goodness, it's
Excellent.
4:30 already?
Making choices on a regular basis
Actually,
is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
3:45.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8?
Yep.
Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered
Can you
in this
imagine
video.
going through this in school for real? Like using this video?
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room
Well,
has
hey,
begun
yeah,
to
I just
deteriorate
realised.
as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Huh. I take it I'm going on here.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
Oh, I already
that
did.
story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Where am I going? Oh, am I going backwards on myself?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be.
I'm actually
home
going to do
free
it. I'm going to
in
do the correct
real
ending.
world.
Like I'm going to do it correctly this time.
Now remember,
And then I'm going to do
all
it
you need to
again
do is
next
behave
time where I do
exactly
it
as
wrong.
Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
So this time I'm going to
All
follow
right.
his lead. Next time I'm not.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm going to do it right this time. I'm going to do the left door this time. Then next time I'm going to do it again and on the right side.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
So does it
Stanley decided
just
to
follow
go
the-
up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So it just
Coming to a
continues the
staircase,
normal
Stanley
story.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, I should have done the wrong ending. Doesn't open. This is... Wait.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
This is different to what I've
Shocked,
seen on
unraveled,
videos.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all
This really is the
probability,
unknown.
he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke
I've
the
already
code.
forgotten it.
Stanley spoke the code.
I can't.
Night Shark,
Shark 115.
He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the
Night
wall.
Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah, he doesn't speak.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
No.
Please speak the code into the receiver.
Night Shark
Otherwise we can't get on with the story.
115.
This is a crucial step.
He won't speak. He doesn't speak.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You
Excuse me?
behave exactly as Stanley
What the
would.
hell?
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my
What
lead
the
and
hell?
you'll be fine.
I took the right
Right.
choice.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Scared the hell out of
he
me.
entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that?
Wow.
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined.
Jesus.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
Because he told us to.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game
You sent me
undone,
back and told me
left
to
here
go
like
for the
so
right
much
door.
Garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I
Oh,
can't erase
Jesus.
that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever.
Huh.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way.
Oh, it
Is
stopped me
better
from
to
going
shut the
back
game
now.
down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do?
Reset
What
the
do I
game.
do? What do I...
What the hell?
No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
No!
I have to. I have to.
What the hell's going on? I made the right choice and he screwed me over.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you
You
were so
told me to
clever.
go to the
Now
right
look where we
side.
are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
No, you told me
Didn't I
to.
impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to.
It's just
He
like real
understands
life.
that if I say to do something,
Adult tells you to
there's
do
a damn good
something.
reason for it.
An adult tells you to do
That thought
something and tell you off for
hadn't even
doing it.
occurred to you, had it? That
You
there's a
told me to go
world
to
outside of
the
you.
right side.
You're a child.
Because I couldn't speak.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen
I
it. There
did.
was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What the hell?
Stanley? Hello?
This is new.
Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end?
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything
What?
all right?
I thought the end was not the end. Never the end, never the end, never the end.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important.
Then he just drops down and dead.
I need this. The story needs it.
I have never seen this one before.
You hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Bless. Stanley chose the right door. Huh. Let me quickly Google or YouTube to see if there's actually a way to do it. So, Stanley Parable. I don't think you can actually go through. No. I'll look at it properly later. Sorry about that. Let's get on with this.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Where's the other colour thing? Is there a computer in some random room? Stanley went through the right
came
door.
To a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he didn't. Stanley took the first door in the front.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Stanley went on the lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I would love it if you could take the part of
There's
the narrator
someone
in
you've
this
been
game.
neglecting,
Or if they made a
Stanley.
game that you can take the part of the
Someone you've
narrator
forgotten
and you
about.
just speak
Please,
and the character
stop trying
does
to make
whatever you
every
say.
decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking
But
for
you had to
me,
complete the game.
I'm asking for her.
You had to complete the game to
This
get
is it,
certain
Stanley.
ending to
Your
like
chance to redeem yourself,
actually do for it
to
to work.
put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need...
Pick up the phone this time. Wait, it's white.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right.
Oh, this is the door.
There we go.
427.
All right,
Convenient.
Now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Robot died.
Gotcha.
Dick.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
It would have been
They want
nice.
to commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No, I don't think I will. See you later.
Sorry, but you're in my
Oh.
story now.
Well, I say no. Aw, don't have a choice. Let me out. Let me out.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named
Whoa,
Stanley.
wait, what? No, I don't think I will. I'm going to wait here for a minute or so and to see what happens if I don't press anything. Or if I press the wrong letter. Do I have to?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
But what are you getting this
One might
information
even
from?
feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I didn't choose this life.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I hate this guy, honestly, at this point.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere
Tick.
thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through
Whoa.
this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors.
He's
and
going for the actual
minute
story, but
controls.
is a story.
Down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions, and down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
B.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm gonna try not to. Do I have to?
You see? Can he just not hear me?
I can, but I
How
try.
can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that
Oh, we're
every
back in the
second he
office,
remains
kind of.
here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Can you see what I see?
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And
Please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Just typing constantly. Just clicking and tapping. Stanley walked through the door.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
That's a fair point, actually. Wasn't really paying attention. No computers with that colour thing on. Right door again.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
But
doors, this
we're
was
doing it-
not the
we're
correct
doing
way
in the
to
other end-
meeting
in the
room,
other
and
area for
Stanley
now.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business,
We're going left
Stanley
this
took
time.
the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
And ignored the narrator completely.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No.
Jesus Christ, make your mind up.
The right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Left, then
It's
right, then
clearly-
up, then down, then middle, then
Here we go.
side,
Hold
then
on for a
left.
minute, please. Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
About time. It's a waste of battery life, honestly, in the van.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to
Four.
who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole
427,
story
right down there.
unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying
From
to
the bar,
salvage this
third from the
nonsense,
bottom.
we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
However.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
However.
Okay, from the top.
I'd say that's more of a painting. It could be a photograph, like, but I have no idea.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley...
Wait, what?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room
No.
with all the monitors?
No, I swear.
Did you move the story somewhere, or...
No.
Hold on.
No.
Why am I asking you?
This is not my
I'm the one
fault.
who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
Whoa.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Found it, I think. Let me just make sure there's no other rooms. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh, I found it again. What?
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
I would.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What the hell was that?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, this is Are you
Okay,
kidding me?
It's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed
Alright.
anything?
I'll do it.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Let's try it then. Okay, what the hell's going on? Now I'm in the old wood
Well,
cabin.
I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and
I
it
didn't.
really paid off. So,
I really didn't.
Good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all.
No.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
He's right.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
The end is never the end,
Okay.
is never the
I'm
end, is
getting
never the
weirded out
end,
by
is never
whatever
the
this
end,
place
is
is.
never
I don't
the
care
end.
what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Restart.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
If you say so. Someone's been playing solitaire. Assuming it's solitaire. Could be a different card game, but it looks like solitaire.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Gotta make sure I don't miss any computers.
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
That's fair.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
How did it end up here?
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music.
Well,
go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this
I think this is a fern. I don't
will
know.
be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
Okay.
You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Play the music again. I was enjoying the music.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Wow.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Where the hell am I
Why
going?
can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Open the door.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
I'm going
What do
around
you
in a
want our
circle here,
story to
or in a
be?
square, really.
Go wild. Use your imagination.
Come with
Whatever it might be,
me,
Stanley.
And
I'm
you'll
ready
be
for it.
in a world of pure imagination.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in
Oh
our
my
awesome
God.
new story.
Trying to avoid
No
it.
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I'm walking through it, but I'm not acknowledging it. Goodbye, Adventure Line. I will not miss
a
you.
choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Is it?
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
I was basically doing that anyways.
Okay.
I choose to
So
go
I
around
know
the other
that
way.
Each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination
He's looking way too much into this.
corresponds with the counter
basically doing what I do every day
reverse
about things.
door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny. awaits.
Stanley chooses the right door. Screw logic. Oh, it made no difference.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Been playing for 17 minutes.
Confusion ending.
Have I actually been playing
You're
for
telling
17
me
minutes?
That's what this is? It's all one
I've been playing for an hour,
ending?
actually.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Jesus.
That's really how all this goes?
How many times have we
It's all
restarted?
determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say
We didn't
in all of
actually get to this
Is
point.
it really?
This never happened.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game.
This is where it happens.
Do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
The narrator
Will
is
someone
gone.
come for us?
After a long time,
Will
Stanley
something happen?
dies.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know,
For?
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What the hell was that? Jesus Christ.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content? It's too early for new content, I'm afraid. I want to finish the main
When
end.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
I don't think there's
well.
loads of endings left.
Perhaps
no
he
more.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
We're not even acknowledging
It
the
was
extra
okay.
content until I've done the main endings.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section,
I'm done down
walked
there.
straight ahead to the opposite door, and got
Am I?
back on track.
What was that again? I know it's the one we've just done, but... I'm trying to remember how we got to that point, if it's just going down, or if it's something else that happened when I went down. No, it's because he didn't know which door to open, so...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to
I'm
a
going down.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Nope.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Wait,
And in
what?
such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And
think I
then
am going
something
crazy.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's a very good point.
Why did doors close automatically behind him
Yeah.
wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Exactly
Were they
the same.
simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
I may as well enjoy the way
this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying.
I believe.
And began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much
There's not
fun,
a star
and
in
Stanley
heaven that
marveled that he
we
had still not
can
woken up.
reach.
How was he remaining so lucid? And
You
then
ever had a
perhaps
lucid dreaming?
the strangest question
I've done it
of them
before.
all entered Stanley's
Only
head.
once.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
In everything I'm
that
doing
I'm
and
doing
thinking?
Now the voice was describing
What
itself
the hell?
being considered by
Whoa,
Stanley,
what?
who found it particularly
Shut up,
strange.
voice.
I'm
Dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
He thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
It's a dream.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
I could fly.
How else would the voice explain all that?
What the hell?
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this
is a dream.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
There's a world outside this room.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Let me wake up.
I'm through
this
this
dream.
I
I wish it to be over.
Let
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
I want
But
my
do my apartment and my wife and my job.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay. Stanley began screaming.
Guys, help me, wake me. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, someone tell me I'm real. I must be real. I must be. They're going to hear my voice. Who am I? Who am I?
And everything went black.
I was taking the part of Stanley.
This is the
Story of a woman named Mariella. Why am I a woman now?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk
Stanley
was
escaped, at
interrupted
least.
by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Dead. Would have a
And
heart
though she would
attack.
soon turn to go call for an ambulance. For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control
Are you
of
sure?
my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Are you sure about
It was
that?
comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal to
And then
not
she
call an
turned and
ambulance.
ran.
Fairly sure if that was real, she would have been arrested.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Who's following Stanley? Not yet. For new content. May as well
When
go for the
Stanley
left door.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. What the hell does that mean? The guy can afford a big bathroom like this, and he can't afford a decent mirror and a decent sink. Looks like someone used frickin' what you call it, house flipper. Wait, I can actually open this door. Doo-doo. Mr. Narrator, do you have anything to tell me? Jesus, it's a long elevator long elevator ride. Ten minutes later. I'm regretting coming at this elevator. Even if there is something at the other side of this door. Control Alt Delete. I didn't actually press it. But I am thinking it. I won't lie, it's quite nice inside. It does look quite nice in here. Colours work. Jesus Christ, come on! Probably watch a YouTube video on the amount of time it takes for this. Oh my god, come on. Really? So basically it goes as long as until you press the button. I waited in there for goodness knows how long until just for the sake of finding out that that elevator doesn't actually go anywhere. Oh, I found my computer. I found the computer. Press the thing on. I just saw the computer and I figured.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get
I
through
didn't
the
actually know
story
that
as
was the
quickly as
code, to
possible.
be honest. I just
He
pressed
didn't
numbers.
even have a single minute
2845
to
for
just
some
let
reason
the
felt
narrator
right.
talk.
Oh, sorry,
That
mate.
kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
All right, it's open.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Sorry, I got doing like a poll for Skybounds while I was waiting for stuff to happen.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I think I'm supposed to have fallen.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Goodbye, world.
Farewell, Stanley,
What?
cried the
Who's she?
narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, she's just narrating my death. Oh, wait, what? Alright, I got a second chance. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path
Mine
you
heaven.
can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's nice. I mean, technically we are, if you think about it. I don't really need to read these things, really, but... It missed one. The credits. Maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. The photocopier. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting the build starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. So basically, they decided not to bother. Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Will the Stanley Parable have an infinite quests? How many endings? Is the Stanley Parable really going to let me... Screw you. It's too fast. I'm a slow reader. Office. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. It says early version, but they're pretty similar to each other. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. I never thought about not picking up the phone entirely. I might do that again, but not pick up the phone. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Fair enough. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jump to a different path. However, after the early version, we decided we also wanted the option to play a phone to the death. Well, that's nice of them. I'm gonna go to the end.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Alright, shut up.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Yeah, I can see.
No, perhaps not.
Wait.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Wait, what?
You can still save these
How?
two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
How?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Should I? Wasn't really an ending like.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Kind of wish I didn't do that now, actually. Like, I wish I just stuck with the ending. By the way, there's going to be two different videos. So, one video where I'm doing the original
Stanley
endings,
came to a set of two open
and then the next
doors,
video will
he
be the
entered
extra
door on his
content,
left.
and then the possibly the third, depending on what happens, will be
Yet there
whatever
was not a
happens
single
afterwards.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh,
Wait.
hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
All right. I've only done it the once. Wonder why it pushed me straight forward.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to
Can I
himself.
jump from here?
Did he have the strength to find out?
Wait, what? Please don't say I'm stuck.
Aha!
Ah.
You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You
Hi.
see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about
Because it's not a bug.
And you're all very,
That's
very
human nature,
clever. Good
man.
for you.
Whenever
Anyway,
people find
when it
bugs, they
came
always tell the
time to update
developers.
the game,
Especially
we
the
knew that
fun
we
ones.
had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it
Still, I wasn't doing the new content
bottom
yet.
of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content?
Well, not yet.
Always more content, more content, more,
YouTuber.
more,
It's talking like a
more.
YouTuber.
And I'm
Content.
here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section.
Oh, Christ.
You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are.
Secret.
We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
That's a hell of a title.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2,
1.
Good
Job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Good, you jumped down the catwalk. You should have been careful, you should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending, yeah, now it's an ending. And I believe in you, believe in your ability to cross this barrier. Shines and dreams, ratings don't mean anything. Good job, good job, you did it. 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 Just for the record, when I hear music and I see words, I can often put them into. I'm normally quite good at like putting them into the right tune.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Wait,
a
what's
memo.
wrong with these computers?
No matter
This
how
look is
hard
different.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Why don't pretty much all the computers have this weird thing on? Have this thing on? Oh, I never checked I never checked my computer screen. I should have. Wonder what happens when you do that. New content can wait. Stanley went on the left
When
door.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I think it's probably on my actual computer.
There's the door, just go.
He's not even bothered with this door anymore. It's because I didn't have the patience the first time round. I bet that's why. Now that I'm thinking about it, I bet the door keeps open. I bet it just opens it because of the fact that I just pressed the button. I just went straight and put the code in straight away earlier. I didn't wait for him to finish talking.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
Stanley
Control
decided not to
Facility.
jump over the barrier this time because he couldn't be bothered to listen to that song again. Stanley decided to just press the button and move on.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Open the
Did
gate.
he have the strength to find out?
Stanley pressed the next button, ready to move on.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Stanley didn't care about what the
Stanley's
narrator was
co-workers.
saying.
The lives
Stanley
of so
just wanted
many
to move on and get this
individuals reduced
ending
to
finished.
images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
There's mine.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control
it can't
all this
be
time?
true.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Not Vulcan. Star Trek species,
No,
just for the record.
he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
I'm in
Was
control
it
of my
even
own
possible?
life, my own choices.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Are they all offline?
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley
These must do
decided that this
something.
machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Looks like there's two choices. Off and on. So this time around, I'm going to turn it off. Next time, I'm going to press on to see what happens, because I actually haven't seen what happens when you press on.
Blackness and a rising
Hello,
chill of
darkness, my old
uncertainty.
friend.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments
Celebration,
away.
yeah, come on.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
I want to solve
Where had
them.
his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange
How did I get
building
onto this
hold?
platform?
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been
No
seeking,
shadow.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
And Stanley said, "Goodbye, shithole."
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, I'm back.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, I didn't look at the...
What could it mean?
Huh, there we are. What did I just do? What is that? What's this ending? Jesus Christ, that's bright. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. To heaven? Buttons! God, for me, this is hell. I just realized what they're saying. It's buttons. Buttons. I can't. I just can't. So if I want to go back, press that, but I'm not going back. I
Stanley
refuse.
decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Stanley
When
went through the
came
left
to
door.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I love how it's just opening again.
Here's the door, just go.
I wonder. Oh, the keypads. I don't think that does anything anymore. The guy got sick, he just opens the door every time now. I've kind of pissed him off, I think.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Stanley almost fell over the barrier again and realized he did not want to be... He wanted to be careful from now on.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images
Stanley
on
thought to
screen,
himself,
and Stanley,
yeah, I was there
one of
before.
them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Stanley decided to press this button so he could go up to the control room.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was
Someone got
happy with his
fired.
boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy.
Sorry about
or
that.
sad.
Jesus.
Or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Stanley
For
decided to
he
completely
would
ignore
dismantle the
narrator
controls
and press
once
on.
and for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
I'm evil, don't you know?
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little
Green
time
5.
left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious
Purple
moments
2.
each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
What am I supposed to do?
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Goodbye, employee.
Take
Is there a
look
way
at
to
the
actually
clock,
beat
Stanley.
this?
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm looking at a video.
just opened all by itself. And
Right, sorry about that, guys. So let's go to the boss's office one more time.
all of his co-workers were gone.
Apparently,
What could it mean?
in the
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
boss's
room.
office,
Perhaps
you
he
have
had
to keep
simply
pressing
missed
number
a
8
memo.
on the control panel. The problem is... Wait, this looks different. Yeah, this is different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why was that different?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Eight.
Alright, I'm gonna follow this video while I'm seeing as that's happened. So then go down. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just following a video because I'm intrigued to see how to stop this bomb. So we'll go straight into the mine control facility.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Turn on the lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Because I've never seen anyone stop the bomb.
Find out.
But I'm intrigued to like see how it's done. Assuming he can be stopped.
Now
cameras.
the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Push the button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
So go ahead
But
and
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past
Turn on the
began to
system
sink
power.
in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over an... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did
1 sec. I need to see. Because I'm like 2 seconds behind this person that I'm watching, so I'm like, I want to see what they do, so I don't have to like worry about time. Press these number buttons in order: 44, 53, 44, 53, 215, 215, 332, 332. Watch this person do it first, just to make sure what I'm doing. If it's just pressing, say, case of pressing 4, 4, then 5, then 3, then 4 and 4, and so on, then that's alright. It looks like that's the case, so...
you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say...
no matter what happens, by the way, this is my last time.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
Number 3, I think, is the only one I don't know where it is.
I barely know where to start.
For quickness. Imagine if the narrator turned around and said, "Do you really think by pausing the game it's going to stop the countdown and it just starts going again?" Oh, right, that's where number 3 is.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to
3.
them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story.
4.
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
And then 215.
I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big
Then
red
332.
button, or this door.
Then 332.
Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me and the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again.
I did the code exactly how they said. If something is supposed to happen, then nothing happened for me. Once the timer hits 0, basically 8 minutes, 8 seconds, press the big red button.
And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again.
Where the hell's the big red button?
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until
When it hits 8 seconds.
No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will.
I pressed it on time.
Every second of your inevitable life, from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Right, I'm gonna try. They didn't actually put the actual ending in there, but I'm not redoing that again. I'll do it in another video, in the next video probably. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Please ring the bell for notification when I roll. This has been Dark Captain. I'm out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, which will be for the extra content. So bye.